Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being with us today. We had a Sea Power Subcommittee hearing just this week, and the Navy's Vice Admiral witness before that subcommittee said this, and I quote, "We've done many studies over the last 5 years that say we need a larger Navy. The Navy we can afford now is roughly 300 to 305 ships. So if we're going to pace the adversary, we need to have a bigger Navy." Mr. Secretary, did the Vice Admiral misspeak in saying that?
What I would say, Senator, and I think certainly we have the most capable and dominant Navy in the world, and it will continue to be so going forward. And when you talk about naval power, certainly size matters, but what also matters is having the right mix of capabilities in the force. And so our goal is to make sure that we maintain a ready, capable, and sustainable force in the future.
Okay, did the Navy Vice Admiral misspeak in saying that we need a larger Navy? He said that 2 days ago in testimony before the Sea Power Subcommittee. Can you just answer that?
What I will say, Senator, is that for some time we've had a goal of a 355 ship Navy, and I think that goal is a good goal to shoot at. So I think that's probably what he's referencing.
And this budget doesn't get us anywhere near back on the path to do that. I also have concerns about the Navy's plans for amphibious warships. Last year, Congress authorized in the NDAA multi-ship procurement bundle for 3 LPDs and 1 LHA. This would result in a $700 million cost savings. In that hearing on Tuesday, Acting Secretary of the Navy for Research, Development, and Acquisition testified that although the Navy had reached a handshake agreement to execute the block buy, the Department of Defense was unlikely to approve it. Why does it make sense that, knowing that we're going to have to buy these amphibious ships, why does it make sense that the Department of Defense might oppose saving the taxpayers over $700 million by procuring the ships in a block buy?
As we said at the top, Senator, and you well know, we're always faced with making tough choices, and so as we looked at what we could do in this budget and what was best to do in this budget, we're making those choices.
All right. Well, let me just say this. This is an inadequate defense budget. And I sit here and while I very much admire our Constitution and the fact that we have one commander-in-chief, and so the military members, no matter how many stars they have on their shoulders, under our Constitution, they salute that commander-in-chief, and he appoints a Secretary of Defense, and he appoints cabinet officials, and based on the best advice that you and others give him, the commander-in-chief makes the decision. And the OMB that he appoints apparently has decided that we can do just fine in a world where China is expanding in the Pacific, where Hamas is still rockets down on Jerusalem, where Russia's not quitting at all, and where we've just heard that their combined budgets are of Russia and China are greater than ours. We've decided, based on what some budget crunchers in OMB and bean counters in OMB have decided that we ought to be able to do, and that we can have massive increases in domestic spending, but a cut in purchasing power for the national defense budget. Let me just say to my colleagues, the Constitution of the United States also gives us the power of the purse. And while we appreciate the suggestion by OMB budget crunchers, it is our obligation to defend this nation, and this proposed budget does not do so in the two respects that I have mentioned, in the respect that the ranking member mentioned earlier on, and it is incumbent on us to reverse this and to get our troops and our nation the national security budget that they need. Thank you very much.